The integrity and calibre of police being hired across the country is shockingly poor these days. I'm sure we can all agree on that. Police around the country giving not a single care about following rules or ethics themselves, whilst forcing us to act in a way that is suitable for them. Now, I said this earlier about how police are recruiting people based on their characteristics rather than their ability, and this report shows what I mean. Mohammed Miah, a now former West Midlands police constable who resigned earlier this year, had a misconduct hearing held for him on Friday, August the 12th, to investigate allegations that he had breached standards of honesty and integrity. Miah broke COVID lockdown rules by travelling to London on November the 15th, 2020, because he was bored. Upon arriving in the capital, he was stopped by Metropolitan Police, where he abused his warrant card, although didn't say that he was there on police business. He later went on to lie to his superiors back at West Midlands Police and told them that he was self-isolating at the time of the incident due to allegedly showing signs of COVID. Miah, who joined West Midlands Police in 2020 and worked at the force's Lloyd House headquarters, checking incident logs, resigned in June this year, but misconduct proceedings continued. At a misconduct hearing on Friday the 12th in front of an independent panel, Chairman Tanyeer Rakim said that former PC Miah's behaviour amounted to discreditable conduct. So Miah joined in 2020, and the same year, which should really be the year they try and prove themselves the most, he decided to break the rules being inflicted on the rest of us, abuse his warrant card, and then lie about it. Now, if anyone thinks this is anything other than proof of the attitude of the poor level of recruits being taken on by the police these days is one of contempt and ignorance, then you should go and choke yourself on that boot you currently have in your mouth. Tanyeer Rakim added that PC Miah has breached standards of honesty and integrity, and the panel ruled that he would have been dismissed had he not already fucked off. Mr. Rakim said, "The COVID restrictions were known. It was well publicised. We expect a police officer to be aware of them. Despite these, PC Miah still drove to London when there was no reasonable excuse. We must also take into consideration misconduct that undermines discipline and good order in the police service. In this case, we found that deceiving fellow police officers and lying to colleagues and supervisors undermines discipline and good order in the police service." Now, I don't know how many more of these kind of cretinous fuckpigs I need to report on before people start to understand that diversity over integrity is a very poor exchange. I'm not for a moment suggesting that all those who are of a minority or diverse background are going to do this or act in this manner, but with the huge drop in policing standards, you can bet your ass that it's going to become more and more of a problem. I commented on a Merseyside police Twitter post on Saturday. The post was about getting black communities involved in policing and the decisions they make surrounding black people in their police race action plan. I replied to them, "How about you simply commit to increasing the involvement of people who can do the damn job rather than worrying about their skin colour? If they can't do the job, they don't get in, whether black or white. It's really very simple." And that is genuinely how I feel. But of course that will be used against me by some people to call me a racist. But is it racist to want people who can do the job to be recruited to do the job, regardless to their skin colour? If it is, then I'm as racist as it gets, but it's about time people started getting real with their ideas of racism and policing, because this woke ideology the police currently have themselves involved in is not going to help cut crime It's simply a pantomime to disguise the fact that they are all failing so terribly. Now, ex-PC Mohammed Miah isn't the first we have reported on here, and certainly won't be the last, as police actually do more damage to the reputation of minority groups than help them.